no king. He's a bastard.
Please, your grace, for the husband.
We have no food. Please, your grace.
I want the man who threw that find who did that and bring him to me!
People learn from past experience, and children especially, from the time you're very young. Your picture of the way the world works is developed almost like a scientific method where you try something and you see what happens. You throw some piece of behavior out there and you see what the world throws back at you. In Joffrey's case, every single thing he's ever done, every single piece of shittiness he's ever thrown out there at somebody has never come back to hit him. This is the literal version. This is the first time the shit comes back to hit him. You can just see the look of shock on his face when the obvious happens. That somebody is giving you what you've been giving people since you were 4 years old.
To me, it was about the fact that this is a little boy who's realizing that he isn't God as much as he would like to be. You really get a sense to see the other side of Jeffrey, this little boy that he really truly is, and the fear that comes involved there.
I think this really brings those fears to the surface and probably makes him hunker down even more and puts his siege mentality into high gear. This is a wake-up call for somebody who was maybe a bit more open to change. Would be an occasion for self-improvement. I think with Joffrey, this is going to have the opposite effect, and it's going to make him a worse person, not a better person.
Where is your father? Is he alive? Who was he?
A stonemason.
Stonemason who could read?
He taught himself.
Quite a man. What killed him?
Loyalty.
I don't think Arya is anybody's little girl anymore. I mean, I don't think she would take kindly to anyone calling her someone's little girl. I mean, look, she's still devoted to her father's memory, and I think Ned is still an incredibly strong presence in her life. But her father was the most honorable man she knew, and she saw where that got him. You know, he was the best man that she knew, and always lived according to his code, and ended up getting his head chopped off on a stage in front of thousands of people. So for her right now, it's about survival, and it's quite clear to her that being honorable does not ensure survival. In fact, probably the opposite. It probably makes you more vulnerable.
Do you understand? I'm no ordinary woman. My dreams come true.
I admire your passion. But in business, I trust in logic, not passion. I'm sorry, little princess.
I'm not your little princess. I am Daenerys Stormborn of the blood of old Valyria, and I will take what is mine. With fire and blood, I will take it.
Yes, my lady, but not with my ships.
This whole season is really the season where Dany learns the lesson of self-reliance. It's a very painful lesson for her to learn. I mean, she's lost all of her people, she's lost her husband, she's lost her blood riders. The temptation for her has always been to lean on someone else, a man of one kind or another. So I think for her, what she's learning in this episode especially is that she can't trust in other people. Ultimately, she ends up in a place where she needs to do things for herself, and she needs to do things that nobody in the world could possibly do except her.
Where are they? Where are my dragons?
Dany is so defined by her dragons. They're so much a part of her identity at this point. They define her so much that when they're taken from her, it's almost like she reverts to the pre-dragon Daenerys. You know, everyone is a bit defined by who they were when they were an adolescent, you know, no matter how old you get, no matter how powerful you get. And Daenerys was a scared, timid, abused adolescent. And I think when her dragons are taken from her, all those feelings, all those memories and emotions are re-triggered and come back. And all the confidence that she's won over the last several months, it's as if that just evaporates, and she's back to being a really frightened little girl.